The poem which I've chosen to recite for you is by contemporary poet Lachlan Mackinnon. It's called Doves. It's written in memoriam Seamus Heaney, and whilst it's about nature, it's also about, I think, suffering and endurance, and so it speaks to our current situation perhaps in more than one way. He makes great play in the poem of an Anglo-Saxon word, thole, Thole, which is a word that Seamus Heaney uses in his translation of Beowulf. This is Doves. 2 collared doves came and sat on my open window all spring. She had a damaged feather and the more trusting nature. She would lay her head on his breast and watch me. Daily they came and went, fetching a litter of twigs they dropped on the windowsill. They were like raw newlyweds, knowing they should make a home, yet not knowing how. One morning, there was an egg on top of the window. It lasted 2 days. After a few weeks, neither of them flew away when I pulled the curtains open. I talked to them. I thought about St. Francis. I thought about love as they revealed it. Then he grew cocksure and squeezed into the room as I'd thought he couldn't. Crossed a line I hadn't considered. The mess and broken plants were too much. I pulled the window closer. It left too little room for them. They never came again, and I felt I had violated all their trust. They weren't symbolic or a message, but simply what they were, a visitation, not of ghosts, not of memories, but of something unstained and pure. Thole. That was the word you focused on, thinking of things we say when someone dies. Along with, he'll be missed. You remembered, you'll have to thole. Endure. Suffer. Be patient in the sense of undergoing, without complaint, great pain. As the Spartan boy hugged the fox that feasted on his guts. Self-discipline will keep us civil. I remember you lit up at an Irish embassy party. You had been kind to Wendy and to me. That was the night you held us both in one big hug. Then you read, and the room was clapping. You weren't hurt into poetry, but lured to it, trout to the fly, by the relish of sounds that rang truest when informed by the home, or, increasingly, by Latin. Poeta doctus, surely. It was the country boys' gape and gawp at the world, though, through which so much came in to be transfigured, and bewilderment at the wilderness men make of what is human or humane, and understanding why. 2 collared doves came and sat on my open window all spring. Birds, yet a visitation of something pure, unstained. Visitations and intimations, bread for the spirit, to be found everywhere daily, would we only allow ourselves to marvel. Poetry's task is the marvellous in the ordinary, and losses to be tholed.